I wonder what this is. Oh snap! Whoop whoop!
That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast.
Damn, now I must say that is some pretty basic. Don't mind this. Just made dinner. Some pretty basic packaging. Let's pull this baby out. That's it? That's all it is? Huh. Interesting. Okay, so we got it all set up. It's pretty cool. First impressions, it's a lot comfier than the Apple Watch, but that's obviously because there's not as much bulk or weight. You don't feel like, and even the strap is a bit more elastic, so it feels a lot cooler, or not cooler, just more comfy. But it took a while to get it charged and things, so we just set it up now, set up my whole profile. Okay, so let's talk Whoop versus Apple Watch. I've used the Whoop for a little over 30 days. I paid for 1 month of the full membership. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I just wanted to kind of go over my thoughts, my experiences, and my overall opinions on which of these two devices is the better one to stick with. And I know there's been a lot of videos that are kind of comparing these two mainly for the fitness aspect, because the Whoop is majority centered around fitness and performance and just living an overall healthier life. But I do think personally that it extends a little further than that, because there are certain elements included in the Whoop band that kind of go beyond just, being active, whether it's running, working out, yoga, meditation, whatever your form of fitness might be. There's also certain aspects that have to do with just lifestyle in general. What are you eating? Are you smoking? Are you sexually active? Are you doing any drugs, etc.? It kind of quizzes you on that type of stuff. So I think the Whoop band extends a little bit past fitness, and just, I think what they're trying to do is get you to live a healthier life overall. So comparing the two, there's obviously various differences, because right off the bat, I don't want to mention all of the other capabilities that the Apple Watch has over the Whoop band. So I will delve a little bit further into certain things, but apps that like to-do apps and all sorts, just pretty much mirroring the apps from your iPhone. I don't think it's too fair to compare in that sense. So starting off with the Whoop band, after using this puppy for the last 30 days or so, I noticed a lot of benefits. Don't get me wrong, I noticed a lot of cool things. First of all, it's super light. It's way lighter. It's a lot lighter than the watch. It's less bulkier. Obviously, it doesn't have a screen, and with that comes less capabilities. Unfortunately, you can't even tell the time. I know it's part of their branding. They say it's a Whoop, not a watch. With the Whoop 4.0 coming out now, I feel like you could have incorporated some easy way to, just glance at your wrist and tell the time, instead of having to pull your phone out of your pocket and look at the time on your phone. I don't know if that's just my pet peeve or a problem of mine, but I don't know. I feel like it won't disrupt the brand if they add some sort of way to tell the time quickly, because sometimes you're in a hurry, you're doing whatever you're doing, life gets busy, right? You just need to check the time real quick. I think it's pretty beneficial to have that kind of feature. In terms of battery, it's really long lasting. Obviously, it doesn't have much. It's kind of like a Fitbit. In terms of size, probably thinner, so it could last a lot. 3 to 5 days is what they say. And I've noticed that I've gone through pretty much a week without having to recharge it. The recharging feature is kind of cool. It's like an on-the-go feature. So you have like this thing that goes on top of it. It's a memory. It's like a battery pack, and you just kind of slide it on. So it's super easy to charge, micro USB, easy peasy. Wow. The main things of the Whoop that I think are what set it apart from other fitness trackers would be its ability to measure your strain your recovery, and how well you slept overnight. By the way, if you guys want to just skip forward to my final verdict, it is in the timeline below. So feel free, leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions. But yeah, let's get back into this. So it usually takes around 30 days to fully calibrate the Whoop band. And after that, your digital Whoop coach will tell you when is the best time for you to push to your peak performance and when you should scale back and like maybe not go to the gym or not work out, you know, because various factors. Maybe you didn't sleep well, maybe you drank a lot of alcohol the night before, all sorts of things come into play here. And the way that it kind of gets these habits out of you is it has a habit tracker. Every single new morning, it kind of quizzes you on the day before, the things that you did do and didn't do throughout your regular routine. And it's very in-depth. There's so many things. Did you smoke? Did you smoke weed? Did you drink alcohol? Were you sexually active by yourself and or with others?
Slow down, baby.
It's in-depth. So with all this data and all this regular routine, it gives you a more in-depth calculation on which day you should give it your all. And I can see this being a benefit for athletes, but to the normal person, I don't know how much of an importance that is. Now, getting into the Apple Watch, it doesn't have that in-depth, you know, peak performance and recovery coaching, but what it does have is it has the ability to check your heart rate. It has the ability to calculate your steps every day, which I think a lot more of the average Joe or someone that goes on regular walks, you know, just someone who's not maybe a peak performance athlete would care about a lot more, you know, hitting your daily steps. And something that's funny, which I don't know why they didn't incorporate step tracking in the Whoop, but you know, I feel like it'd be a pretty easy thing to add into the Whoop band. So minus points to the Whoop there. Some other things that the Apple Watch does have is obviously fitness tracking, and the Apple Watch does it in a different way. It has rings, so it calculates your calorie burn, and you set a calorie goal that you want to hit every single day. Calculates your exercise amount of time throughout the day, so you could set like 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half of exercise every single day, and then it calculates your stand goal. So how many times did you stand? You need to stand at least once each hour. So that's what the Apple Watch does. Both of the bands are very sophisticated when it comes to tracking different types of workouts. In terms of calorie tracking, I noticed a big difference, and I gotta give bonus points to the Whoop band here. It seemed a lot more accurate when it comes to calorie burnage. So I would have both of these, I'd have the Apple Watch on the left arm and the Whoop on the right arm for like pretty much a month. I felt ridiculous, but hey, we're past it, and now I have them. I look even sillier just in this video because I gotta have both of them on, right? I'm not taking these bracelets off. So yeah, I had the workouts going at the exact same time, and I would finish them at the exact same time. And every single time I noticed that the Whoop band was around 100 to 150 calories less. So the Apple Watch does overestimate by quite a bit. So I mean, you know, that can always be fixed either in a software or hardware update. I feel like as they get better and better and release more and more Apple Watches, you know, it could get a little more accurate. But in terms of calorie burn accuracy, I gotta give it to the Whoop once again. It's a lot more consistent. And you know, burning calories is hard. You know, eating calories is intaking calories is a lot easier than burning them and using them up as fuel. So the fact that the Apple Watch kind of overestimates a little bit is not the best thing. Obviously, it is just an estimate and it gives you an idea, so it is better than nothing. I would prefer having that kind of range over not knowing where I'm at all. Plus, at the end of the day, if you use the number that the Apple Watch gives you, you can still make progress based on, you know, consistency and upping the calorie burnage every day. You might think you're burning more than you're actually burning, but at the end of the day, as long as you keep increasing that, you will be losing weight. Maybe Apple just likes being generous, you know, being a little more, giving you a little more oomph to keep you going. But I really do think they should try and fix their calorie burn accuracy in the later versions.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So some of the features of the Apple Watch, obviously it's way more multi-purpose. There's a lot more multitasking opportunities that you can do with the Apple Watch versus the Whoop. So I didn't want to get too deep into this since the Whoop is primarily fitness and healthy living based, but like, you know, just being able to tell the time or check your oxygen levels or check your heart rate. You can even, this is getting outside of the fitness and healthy living, but for example, you could turn off your lights if you need to. It's just a lot more packed into the watch itself. But I gotta say, the main thing that deters me from the Whoop, unfortunately, it's a great device, but there's a couple things that I can't see myself switching from the Apple Watch. And now that I know that the calorie burn is different, I can just use my head and be like, okay, I need to burn 100 more, let's say. The things that I just can't seem to wrap my head around after the 1.5 months of using the Whoop alongside the Apple Watch is, number one, the clock. I really got used to glancing at my wrist and being able to tell the time whenever I needed to. Number two, this one's a little weird now because the Whoop 4.0 that just came out has some variation of this feature, but I was really hoping that I could have something super small that would be able to have an alarm and wake me up in the morning. The Whoop 4.0 has a version of that, but I don't know if it's an alarm that you can set like every single day at the exact time. I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe that the Whoop 4.0 is more of like, it'll wake you up when it's the right time to wake you up kind of thing, and you can give it a range of when you want to wake up, which is cool and all, but sometimes you need to be up at a specific time, right? Regardless of if you've slept well or not. Hashtag the grind don't stop.
I'm gonna make Monday morning my bitch. I'm gonna make you Saturday Monday morning. That's what I wanna do every morning.
But I really was disappointed when trying the Whoop out and not having the ability to just, wear a nice small device and wake up the next day. I think the Whoop 4.0 makes strides to fix that issue, but I don't think it still has a clock. And guys, the last most important thing that really just doesn't sit right with me, I understand it's a great business model and everything, but I just can't justify the subscription price of this band. It's $40 US per month if you go monthly, but like if you pay for the year up front, it's like almost $400. It's like $380, I think. Don't quote me on that. It's in between $360 to $380 for the entire year US. That's crazy. For that price, almost that price, you could get yourself a new Apple Watch, just a one-time purchase, and you have a plethora of extras added on. And now that you know that the calorie burnage is a little skewed in your favor, you keep that in mind. Could they not have done like $19.99 a month? Or honestly, I feel like even $9.99 a month would be good. That would probably allow for a lot more people to join the Whoop community, because $40 is a premium subscription price. Like, I don't know anything else that charges that heavily, and like, I don't want to be mean, but like, it's a glorified Fitbit at the end of the day. It's way more sophisticated in terms of health and fitness and active lifestyle tracking, but it's pretty similar to a Fitbit. Like, it doesn't have as much jam-packed inside it as the watch. So my final verdict, the subscription model really kind of bums me out about the Whoop. So I'm sticking with the Apple Watch. And now that I've tested all of the features of the Whoop, I can keep that in mind. Like, essentially, you shouldn't work out the next day after heavily drinking, which is confirmed by the Whoop, but like, you kind of should already know that. So it's kind of just like, maybe just listen to your body a little bit better. Get in tune with what works for you and what doesn't. You should know over time the things that, you know, help you perform better versus the things that maybe decrease your overall performance. And when you feel like you have the energy to push yourself, you should be able to go for it. A lot of factors come into play, like diet, sleep, recovery, the things that you do throughout your routine. But I don't know, having the coach there to tell me when I was able to peak and when I was probably supposed to scale back, I didn't really see that much value in it. Like, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm not paying $40 a month for that. Sorry. So yeah, guys, in conclusion, the Whoop is a great tool, but the subscription is its most important downfall. So I gotta give it to the Apple Watch here. I'm sticking with this bad boy. I'm gonna pop this guy off right now, and you know, we'll see in the future. But for now, Apple Watch is goated. That's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. What the hell was that? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. And other than that, guys, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. But for now, I am done, and I will see you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.